Good morning, students. Welcome to computer class. In the last video, I taught looping control structures. In this topic, I taught two programs, prime number program and perfect number program. Today, I would like to teach the number programs, two more. Those are composite number program and Armstrong number program. These two are I would like to teach today. Before going to teach these programs, I would like to give you some instructions. Those are before going to watch, take your pen and notebook, write definition, explanation, variable description, and program. Write the execution part in the margin only. Because children, in the slide, the whole program is not enough to write. Please cooperate with us to write the program very neatly. Before going to watch, take your pen and ready to write. Now, first write the definition, explanation, then variable description, and at last you write the program. And in the margin, you have to write the execution part. I explained this execution part for your understanding only. How the for loop is working and how the while loop is working. For that purpose only, I have taught this execution part. Okay. In the examination, you have to write only variable description and program only. These two are enough in the examination. No need to write this definition, explanation and execution part. These three are no need to write. For your understanding only, I am explaining the programs like this. That's why children, please cooperate with us. Now, I am going to teach the next program. Third program, write a program to check whether the given number is composite or not. The given number is composite or not. What is a composite number? Here is the definition. The composite numbers are the positive integers which have more than two factors, unlike prime numbers. What is a prime number? A number which is having one and itself as factors is called a prime number. But it is totally opposite for the prime number. Composite number is a number which is having the factors except one and itself. Except one and itself is a composite number. In this composite number program, what we have to take as input? We have to take a number as input, and what we have to calculate to find the factors. If we find the number of factors except to one and itself, if it has except to one and itself a factor, that is a composite number. That's why we are going to find the number of factors of the given number. What we have to display? We have to check it is a composite or not. Then we will display the given number is composite or not. Now we are going to variable description. In the variable description, I have taken only three integers n, I, f. N is an integer to store an integer number. Instead of integer, it just wrongly typed, that is internet. No, don't write like that. Integer number. I is an integer to store the control variable of for loop. We are using I to control the for loop. And f is an integer to store the number of factors of a number. We are storing the number of factors of a number in the variable f. Now we are going to write the program. Children, take care and write neatly. Variable description and program is Very important. Write neatly. Import java.util.star public class composite open brackets public static void main string args square brackets close the pot brackets. Now open the curly braces. Scanner in is equal to new scanner of system.in. In this statement, we are creating an object in for the class scanner. Now, the next statement is int n I f is equal to 0. We are initializing the variable f with a 0. Means the initial value of f is 0. System.out.println enter any number n is equal to in.next int. Here in the statement n is equal to in.next int, here we are giving an integer to the computer to check the composite or not. And the next statement is for I is equal to 2, I less than n and I plus plus. Once observe here students, we have started the for loop from 2 because the composite numbers having the factors except 1 and itself. That's why I have started this for loop from 2. I is equal to 2 and the ending point is less than n. N means the given number. Less than or equal to I did not write here. Only less than I have written here n. Then I plus plus. Open brackets. Now if n mod I is equal to 0. If the given number is divisible by the I, then I is the factor of the given number n. If n is divisible by I, means n mod I is equal to 0, then I is the factor of n. That's why we have increased the factors numbers, the numbering of the factors, that is f is equal to f plus 1. At the end of the statement, we have written here, if f is greater than or equal to 1, means the given number is having at least one factor except 1 and itself, that is a composite number. That's why we have written here f is greater than or equal to 1. System.out.println n plus is a composite number, else system.out.println n plus is not a composite number. Now close the two curly braces. Those are not visible in this slide. So children, here you have to close two braces. Now come to the explanation part. This is execution part. Enter any number. The compiler displays this enter any number. I have entered 6. If I entered 6, what is the execution done by the computer? I is equal to 2. ఒకసారి నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ తెలుగులో చెప్తానమ్మా, అర్థం చేసుకోండి. మనము ఫర్ లూప్ని 2తో స్టార్ట్ చేసాం కాబట్టి I ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 2 అయింది. 2 ఈజ్ లెస్ దాన్ 6. ఆ పక్కనే కండిషన్ కూడా ఉంటుంది, ఒకసారి మీరు ప్రోగ్రాంలో చూసుకోండి. 2 ఈజ్ లెస్ దాన్ 6, దట్ ఈస్ ట్రూ. కండిషన్ అనేది ట్రూ అయింది కాబట్టి ఇప్పుడు బాడీ లోపలికి ఎంటర్ అయితే 6 mod 2 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0. అంటే 6ని మనం 2తో డివైడ్ చేసినప్పుడు రిమైండర్ అనేది 0 వస్తుంది కాబట్టి ఆ కండిషన్ అనేది ట్రూ అయింది. ఆ కండిషన్ అనేది ట్రూ అవ్వగానే దాని కింద ఏముంది, ఎఫ్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఎఫ్ ప్లస్ 1 ఉంది. అంటే ఎఫ్లో మనం ఆల్రెడీ డిక్లరేషన్ పార్ట్లో ఎఫ్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0 అనేది ఇచ్చాం కాబట్టి 0 ప్లస్ 1 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 అవుతుంది. కాబట్టి ఫైనల్గా ఎఫ్ వాల్యూ ఎంత అయింది, 1 అయింది. ఈ ఫస్ట్ ఇటరేషన్ అయిపోయేసరికి ఐ వాల్యూ అనేది ఒకటి ఇంక్రిమెంట్ అవుతుంది. కాబట్టి ఐలో ఆల్రెడీ 2 ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి 3 అయింది. మళ్ళీ సెకండ్ ఇటరేషన్ అనేది ఐ వాల్యూ 3 నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. 3 ఈజ్ లెస్ దాన్ 6 అంటే అది కూడా ట్రూ అయింది కాబట్టి 6 mod 3 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0. అంటే మనం 6ని 3తో డివైడ్ చేసినప్పుడు రిమైండర్ అనేది ఎంత వస్తుంది? రిమైండర్ అనేది 0 వస్తే కనుక ఈ కండిషన్ అనేది ట్రూ అవుతుంది. రిమైండర్ అనేది 0 వచ్చింది కాబట్టి ఈ కండిషన్ ట్రూ అయింది కాబట్టి దాని ఫ్యాక్టర్ అనేది ఇంక్రిమెంట్ అయింది. అంటే ఎఫ్ వాల్యూ ఆల్రెడీ ఫస్ట్ ఇటరేషన్లో ఎంత ఉంది? 1 ఉంది. ఆ 1కి మనం ఇంకో 1 యాడ్ చేస్తే ఎంత అవుతుంది? ఎఫ్ వాల్యూ 2 అవుతుంది. ఎఫ్ వాల్యూ అనేది 2 అవుతుంది. ఈ ఇటరేషన్ లాస్ట్కి వచ్చేసరికి ఐ వాల్యూ అనేది 4 అవుతుంది. ఆ 4తో మళ్ళీ థర్డ్ ఇటరేషన్ అనేది స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఇక్కడ ఐ వాల్యూ 4 ఉంది కాబట్టి 4 ఈజ్ లెస్ దాన్ 6 అది కూడా ట్రూ అవుతుంది. ఇక్కడ 6 mod 4 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0 అనే కండిషన్ అనేది ఫాల్స్ అవుతుంది. ఎందుకంటే 6ని మనం 4తో డివైడ్ చేస్తే రిమైండర్ అనేది 0 రాదు కాబట్టి అది ఫాల్స్ అయిపోయింది. కాబట్టి ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ అనేది ఏమి ఇంక్రిమెంట్ అవ్వదు, కానీ ఐ వాల్యూ మాత్రం ఇంక్రిమెంట్ అవుతుంది. మళ్ళీ ఫోర్త్ ఇటరేషన్ అనేది ఐ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 5తో స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. 5 ఈజ్ లెస్ దాన్ 6 అనేది ట్రూ అవుతుంది. 6 mod 5 అంటే 6 అనే నెంబర్ని 5తో మనం డివైడ్ చేసినప్పుడు రిమైండర్ అనేది 0 రాదు కాబట్టి ఈ కండిషన్ ఫాల్స్ అవుతుంది. కాబట్టి ఆ ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ ఏమి ఇంక్రీజ్ అవ్వవు, కానీ ఐ వాల్యూ ఇంక్రిమెంట్ అయ్యి ఐ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 6 అవుతుంది. మళ్ళీ ఫిఫ్త్ ఇటరేషన్ అనేది 6తో స్టార్ట్ అయినప్పుడు 6 లెస్ దాన్ 6 అనే కండిషను ఫాల్స్ అయిపోతుంది. కాబట్టి ఈ కంపైలర్ అనేది ఈ బాడీ నుంచి బయటకు వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఈ ఫర్ లూప్ బాడీ నుంచి బయటికి రాగానే మనం కింద ఒక కండిషన్ రాసింది చూడండి. ఇఫ్ ఎఫ్ ఈజ్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 అనే కండిషన్ రాసాం కాబట్టి ఆ కండిషన్లో ఈ ఎఫ్ యొక్క వాల్యూ ఫైనల్గా ఎంత ఉంది? ఇక్కడ మనకి 2 ఉంది కాబట్టి 2ని సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి. 2 ఈజ్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 ఈ కండిషన్ అనేది ట్రూ అయింది కాబట్టి దాని కింద ఉన్న ట్రూ బ్లాక్ అనేది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది. అక్కడ ఏమనుంది? n ఈజ్ ఏ కాంపోజిట్ నెంబర్. ఆ ఎన్లో వాల్యూ ఎంత ఉంది మనకి? ఇక్కడ స్టార్టింగ్లో 6 ఉంది కాబట్టి 6 ఈజ్ ఏ కాంపోజిట్ నెంబర్ అనేది మనకి ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది. దట్స్ వై స్టూడెంట్స్, no need to write all this explanation. You just write this explanation in the margin. As output, what you have to write, enter any number 6, then 6 is a composite number. These 3 statements are enough to write as input. No need to write all this explanation. This explanation you just write in the margin. Okay ma? Now I am going to teach the next program. Write a program to check whether the given number is Armstrong or not. Have you listened anywhere? Now I would like to teach the definition of Armstrong number. The definition is, Armstrong number is a number that is equal to the sum of cubes of its digits. For example, 407 is there. In 407, you just take the cubes of each digits, that is 4 cube plus 0 cube plus 7 cube. What is the answer? 4 cube means 64 plus 0 cube means 0 plus 7 cube means 343. Again add these all. 64 plus 0 plus 343 is equal to 407. The given number is equal to the cubes of the sums of the digits. That's why this 407 is called Armstrong number. That's why the 407 number is called Armstrong number. Now come to the explanation. What we have to take as input? A number. We have to take a number as input, and what we have to calculate? Find the sum of cubes of each digit. Sum of cubes of each digits we have to calculate, and we have to print Armstrong or not. The given number is Armstrong or not. Now Now come to the variable description. Here I have taken 4 variables to write the program. First one is n is an integer to store an integer number. D is an integer to store each digit of a number. Sum is an integer to store the sum of cubes of each digit. M is an integer to store the given number. Because at last we are decreasing the value of n by 0. That's why at the first only we are saving the given number in the variable m. Now come to the program. Children, write the program and variable description very neatly. These two are very important for the exam. First one is import java.util.star. Here we are importing the package util to run the input and output functions. Next one is public class Armstrong. Public is the keyword, class is the keyword, Armstrong is the class name. That's why write the starting letter, capital letter, Armstrong. Now open braces, again public static void main string args, square brackets and close the pot brackets. Every program starts from the main method. That's why we are writing main method for every program. Now scanner in is equal to new scanner of system.in. In this statement, we are creating an object in for the class scanner to run the input statements. Next one, int n d sum is equal to 0 and m. Here I have initialized the variable sum as 0. Now system.out.println enter any number. These statements display the message which is enclosed between double quotations. Now n is equal to in.nextInt. This statement is used to take the input from the user. Now m is equal to n. I have assigned the given number to the variable m. Now come to the next half. Children, write very neatly and carefully. While n is greater than 0, d is equal to n mod 10. This statement is very important for all the number programs. D is equal to n mod 10. Again and again we are writing this statement. D is equal to n mod 10. This is to take the single digit from the number. This is to take the single digit from any number. Single digit from any number. Now sum is equal to sum plus d into d. Because we are taking the cubes of each digit. That's why we have written here d into d. Now n is equal to n by 10. Here we are taking the quotient. In the first statement, that is mod is there, no? In that statement we are taking the remainder, but in the n is equal to n by 10 statements we are taking the quotient. And close the braces. Now if m is equal to sum system.out.println n is a Armstrong number, else system.out.println n is not an Armstrong number. Then close the two brackets. That is one meant for main and the second one meant for class. Close the brackets. Now come to the execution part. Enter any number. Here I have entered 153. 153 is a Armstrong number. I would like to teach how it will execute from the while loop. నేను మీకు ఇచ్చిన ప్రోగ్రాంలో వైల్ లూప్ నుంచి అది క్లోజ్ చేసే వరకు అసలు ఎలా ప్రాసెస్ జరిగింది, 153 అనేది ఆమ్స్ట్రాంగ్ నెంబర్ అని కంప్యూటర్ ఎలా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసింది, ఎలా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసిందో మీకు నేను ఇప్పుడు చూపిస్తాను అనమాట. నౌ what is the initial value of n here? N is equal to 153. Children, note down, very seriously note down, put your mind to understand. N is equal to 153. After, what is the condition in the while? N is greater than 0, means 153 is greater than 0. That condition is true. That's why come to the body. What is the statement in the body? First statement, D is equal to N mod 10. That is equal to 153 mod 10. Here the remainder is 3. That's why D is equal to 3. Now come to the next statement. Sum is equal to sum plus D into D into D we have written in the program. That's why what is the initial value of sum? 0. That's why 0 plus 3 into 3 into 3, that is equal to 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27. Final value of sum is 27. In the first iteration, the value of sum is 27. Means initial value is 0. Later it becomes as 27. Now n is equal to 153 by 10. 153 by 10. Here we are taking the quotient, not the remainder. Quotient we are taking, that is 15. What is the final value of n here? 15. And the final value of sum is 27. Round these two values in your notebooks. The final value of sum is 27 and the final value of n is 15. Now again the compiler checks the condition. Now go to the condition. Here n is equal to 15. 15 is greater than 0. Yeah, that is true. Now again come to the body. D is equal to 15 mod 10. That is equal to D is equal to 5. Remainder only we are taking here. D is equal to 5. Now sum is equal to sum plus D into D into D. That is, what is the final value of sum in the first iteration? 27. Add this 27 here plus 5 into 5 into 5. 5 5s are 25. 25 5s are 125. 125 plus 25 is equal to 152. The final value of sum is 152. Now come to the next statement. N is equal to 15 by 10. Here you have to take the quotient, that is equal to 1. The final value of sum is 152 and the final value of n is 1 in the second iteration. Now come to the third iteration. N is equal to 1. 1 is greater than 0. That is also true. Now D is equal to 1 mod 10. Here the numerator is less than denominator. That's why 1 is the last remainder here. That's why D is equal to 1. Sum is equal to, the final value of sum in the second iteration is 152 plus, here the digit is 1. That's why 1 into 1 into 1. Now 152 plus 152 plus 1 is equal to 153. Sorry ma, here instead of 153 I have written 152. Sorry, rectify this one in your notebooks. 152 plus 1 is equal to 153. Now n is equal to 1 by 10. Numerator is less than denominator. That's why the value of this quotient is 0. Now come to the next iteration. N is equal to 0, no? That's why the condition is 0 is greater than 0 is false. Finally, the next statement is if m is equal to sum. What is the value in the m? At the first, we have initialized this m with n. That's why the value of m is 153 and the last value of sum is 153. These two are equal, no? That's why the compiler executes 153 is an Armstrong number. Okay, children, I think you have understand this one. Put your mind, learn carefully. Subscribe this channel to get the notifications. Thank you.
మీకు నచ్చితే లైక్ కొట్టండి.